You see, monks, do you not, that mountain Isigili, the gullet of the seers? Yes, Venerable Sir. There used to be this same name, this same designation for this mountain Isigili, the gullet of the seers. For in former times, 500 pacceka Buddhas dwelt long on this mountain, the gullet of the seers. They were seen entering into this hill. Once gone in, they were no longer seen. People who saw this said, "This mountain swallows up these seers." And so it was that this came to be named the gullet of the seers. I'll stop here for a moment. So you see here, at any one time, like on this hill, we can find even 500 pacceka Buddhas. But to find a Sammasambuddha is extremely hard, because most of the Buddhas, after they become enlightened, they don't want to teach. There's a difference between a pacceka Buddha and a Sammasambuddha. And the Buddha said, one night, he sat looking into the past, probably the whole night he didn't sleep. And he said he looked into the past for 91 world cycles. The Buddha says one world cycle is so long, it's hard to imagine how long it is. So 91 world cycles is such a long time. He must have spent the whole night looking into the past. And the Buddha said he only saw 6 Sammasambuddhas. Only 6 Buddhas are willing to teach the Dhamma in 91 world cycles. But in 91 world cycles, you can expect many thousands of Buddhas. In other words, 99.99% of Buddhas are pacceka Buddhas. It's very, very rare to find a Sammasambuddha. In the Mahayana tradition, in the later books, they say they are all practicing the bodhisattva path that ends up in Buddhahood. They say they want to become Buddhas and teach living beings. So you can see from here, by the time they actually become a Buddha, they refuse to teach. They become pacceka Buddhas. Pacceka Buddhas can also be said to be solitary Buddhas. So the Buddha said, "These saintly beings, desireless, rid of suffering, who each achieve awakening by himself, hear me relate the names of these, the greatest of men, who have plucked out the dart of pain." I'll stop here for a moment. So you see, this second line, these saintly beings, desireless, rid of suffering, who each achieve awakening by himself. That's the difference between a Buddha and a Arahant disciple. A Buddha is most likely a past life Sakadagamin, a person who has attained the second fruition in a previous life, so that when he comes back, the last time he has to become enlightened. So he'll struggle very hard by himself until he becomes enlightened. So Buddhas enlightened by themselves in their last life. So this sutta is interesting because it shows that at one time you can find so many pacceka Buddhas, even 500 on one mountain. But to find a pacceka Buddha, it takes so many world cycles before you can meet a Sammasambuddha who's willing to teach the Dhamma. So from here you find these Mahayanis making the vow to become a Buddha, to teach beings. It's useless in the end when they become enlightened. They just don't want to teach.